Our next lesson is going to be solving division problems. We've been working on multiplication and now we are going to move on to division. So our essential question is, how do you solve and check division problems? And our I can statement, our goal is to eventually get up to 4-digit dividends and 2-digit divisors, and we can use whatever strategy works best for us. Here is a quick commercial break on long division.
Five groups of 5 are in 29. Their product is 25. Put that 5 above the line, on top of the 9. Then draw a subtraction sign and write the 25. The difference is 4 and there's one step more. Bring the 8 down next to the 4. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's how a quotient is found. Divide 48 by groups of 5. You will find that there are 9. Put that 9 above the line and multiply 9 by 5. Then draw a subtraction sign and write the 45. The remainder is 3, so write our 3. That's how easy division can be. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's how a quotient is found. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
And when there's a remainder, write R, followed by what's left over.
That's how a quotient is found.
Okay, let's practice some long division problems. I'm going to zoom this in. If we read the problem here, it says Jenna's family is planning a trip to Oceanside, California. They will begin their trip in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and will travel 2,754 miles over 9 days. If the family travels an equal number of miles every day, how far will the family travel each day? First, we're going to estimate. We estimate by taking a look at this number and rounding it. And we round it a little differently than we did before. We take a look at 9 and think of our 9's times tables. So our 9's times tables are 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27. If we see, we have a 27 there, so we can round it to 2,700. 9 goes into 27 3 times, and then we have our 2 zeros left. So our first number and our quotient is going to be in the hundreds place value, because 300 is in the hundreds place value. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to divide. 9 goes into 27 3. Remember, our steps for division are divide, then multiply, subtract, and bring down. So 3 times 9 is 27, and I subtract and I get 0. Now I need to bring down the 5, and I do 9 goes into 5, and that would be 0. Subtract, and I get 5, and I bring down the 4. Now I do 9 divided by 54. Oh, don't forget your 0 up there. And 9 divided by 54 is 6. So I write 54, because 6 times 9 is 54, and get 0. So they're going to go 306 miles a day. Let's take a look at the next problem. In this problem, we're going to take a look at the inverse operation, or the opposite operation of division, to check our answer. So here, this person did 614 divided by 6. They did 1 times 6 is 6, and they subtract and got 0, brought down the 1. 6 went into 1, no times. And then, so we put the 0 up there, subtract and got the 1, brought down the 4. And 2 times 6 is 12, subtract and got 2, and with a remainder of 2. So we're going to take a look to see if we multiply, can we check our division. So the first thing you do is you take your quotient, which is 102, and multiply it by the divisor 6. And 6 times 2 is 12. Now my writing tool is going to work here. 2, come on. If I can click. There we go. Carry the 1. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. And 6 times 1 is 6. And then to finish checking, we need to add the remainder, and I get 614, which is the dividend. So we know that this answer checked to be correct. So my answer is correct as 102, remainder 2. Let's try one more division problem together on the next page. So I have 8 can go into 66. It cannot, so I'm going to go over to 62. 8 times what gets me close to 62? Now I have a multiplication chart here, so if you're not sure of your facts, you can see 8 times 8 is 64, but that's too high. So I'm going to jump back here to the 56, and that is 7. So place a 7 on top of that 2, and put my 56 for my divide, and then multiply. Now I'm going to subtract. That does not look like a 7. We got to fix that. Borrow when I subtract, and I get 6 then. Bring down the 4. So let's bring down. And 8 goes into 64 8 times. And I get 64, subtract, and I get 0. So there's a quick review on division. I want you to now jump on over to your teens assignment and complete the forms quiz on division.